Hi. How are you?
So happy to see you there.
Same here. Try to see who is.
Can you say hello to our audience?
Yes, hello. We are here outside the Colombian mission to the United Nations, waiting for Gustavo Petro to make the announcement that he's calling for a UN protection force to go into Gaza, to protect the civilians, to guarantee that humanitarian aid gets to the people who need it. And so we're hoping this is happening now, and we feel that this is the only thing that's going to force the Israelis to listen to the world community, that it's demanding they stop this genocide.
Thank you so much. Lydia, can I take a picture of you, please? Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
Yes, thank you.
Hi. Okay.
Protection Force for Gaza. Fulfill your obligations under international law. Fulfill your obligations.
Would you like me to hold a sign?
Sure.
Thank you. Just one or,
You
yeah,
can take two if you like.
okay, I guess my friend will take one.
You're on camera.
Okay, very good. Protection Force for Gaza. We're waiting here for Colombian representative, maybe even the president of Colombia to come and address us regarding the Uniting for Peace Protection Force proposal that apparently is being submitted by Colombians today. So we're out here, a bunch of us from a number of peace and justice organizations, including autonomous activists here in New York City, Post Inc., Medea Benjamin, among other people. The journalist Max Blumenthal was just here. And right now we're waiting to hear from the Colombia representative.
We need an armed multinational protection force into Gaza now. Now we know that there's a way. The people are demanding that the member states act on behalf of subverting international human rights law and intervene with the protection force into Gaza now. Stand with the people, stand with Gaza, let Gaza live. We need to stop the genocide and protect human rights.
Fulfill your
Protect the food, protect
Let
the
Gaza live.
obligations.
protect the
Enough
food.
is enough.
No more starvation, no more medical emergencies. Protect
Fulfill
the
your
trucks.
obligations under international law.
The trucks that are lined up, ready to go in.
Protect the flotilla.
National law.
Save Gaza.
We need people to unite for peace. We need the world to unite for peace and intervene now and take action. Enough voting, enough vetoes. Now we know there's a way. Act on it. Stop the genocide and send the protection force now. 2/3 majority vote is all we need. Stand by humanity and human rights.
That's like, Anthony, they're rats. They have pretty tails, but they're rats. And I'm like, I'm small. Yes, they. Guess we give one or half you.
Okay, so now we're good. And now, what I got is. That's what I think.
They put their stools, put a nice ladder. I mean, that's. great.
Never seen a ladder quite like this before.
Super. Are you, where are you at? No.
Well, it was in the. One side there.
Oh, protesting about that?
No, I was,
Oh, you are doing it.
I am, but it was like very.
Sir? I have a Twitch last name. That was her.
That was last.
Yeah.
That was. My last name.
Okay. It's terror again.
Exactly. I jump up.
फोन कर दी पहले मतलब नंबर फोन कर
Yeah.
जो व्हाट्सएप रे कॉल कर
And the ladies, from Women for Guam, sent one of their emails. We were bound.
Just walking down, or like not wearing the right uniform. It's really bad. I gotta go right there.
So,
थैंक यू
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, brother.
do you see media
Medea, I think she was here, but
you know Jill Stein is asking
she
to give to speak to the live stream.
Jill Stein.
Yeah.
Well, if I see her, I'll tell her to come over. She's there. She is right there. Yeah.
Oh. So I think Jill Stein wrote to you.
Dr. Right, I
Speak.
found her to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what
Let me unmute. Yeah.
Dr.
Mark, are we good here? I'm not on mute, right? Hello.
Excellent. You're good. So all I need is that. I'm doing this. Drug. You don't need to go about that. I felt that the disease. Made an appointment.
And as I understand, CPP members subsequent to this court.
I had the appointment with me for that foot down. The whole thing.
Everybody making a point right now. That means I need. Oh, yes. Okay, all right, watch this. Let me try. I can draw it out. Yeah, Baba.
Okay, now the camera is on, but are you able to hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, yes. 4,000. Yeah. Okay. Anybody want to hold that? Gotta get some of built.
Yes. Kind of better. Wait, so
Sorry. I did. It was fantastic. What was that?
What?
Did you need?
Oh, you didn't, Max, you didn't get any of those? We'll take it. Like, why are you here to do it? There's an idea.
Of this theater.
And I left my, I have to.
It's gonna.
It help me get the political buffer. That helps Egypt, helps me something on that.
You gotta meet this guy.
Hey,
That's great journalist.
yes, I do. That's all like last name sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Well, we just have to walk into each other, but we should know each other.
We work together on Capitol. He does all the hard work. I do.
He's gonna do it, so he's not even a show. You're the only ones that have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Oh, I see. It's done. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Okay, can you take a picture of your first news?
Get his card out, they say.
Yeah.
So.
Here, please. Thank you, thank you. Thanks. Didn't say I know. I did, he didn't set me in there with no knowledge. I didn't say threat, but they wouldn't let me in anyway. They said they were waiting for a call. Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Bill's behind the chair. He's probably going to fix something. That's it. But I don't know. I think it coordinated with I love this city, man.
So, what's your favorite?
I mean, it's, yeah, mostly an MPS here, but in most context, it will build pressure for sanctions or makes it more possible to end it. It's not stopped.
All things Palestine. Israel. Oh, yeah. He's was good guy friend there. Oh, yeah. Amazing, amazing voice. Just track man.
Real plan.
So, this is the very next woman. And we are here in New York City at the time the UN is meeting. And there's all this talk about new countries, some of the Western countries that have just said they're going to recognize the Palestinian state. So I wonder, Max, what's the importance of that?
Well, why now? First of all, it's like Israel exceeded the limit of permissible slaughtered children. So now we're recognizing a state after over 70 years of ethnic cleansing. Since 1967, there's been continuous occupation, expansion of settlements. And since the state was recognized by some of the former colonial powers, Israel has completely sealed off the West Bank. It's now a prison. Allenby Bridge is closed. Area A is separated. Every city in the West Bank is separated from one another by layers of settler terror and military. And so where will this Palestinian state be?
And they have authorized new settlements to make sure that East Jerusalem and the West Bank are separated.
Right, they've authorized new settlements in E1, which any of the peace processors and the two-state solution supporters recognize is the nail in the coffin of the two-state solution, because East Jerusalem will be cantonized, basically 300,000 Palestinians in prison separated from the West Bank. It's already de facto cut off. So where is the state? Where is it?
So we know that the recognition of the state of Palestine will not feed starving people and will not stop the slaughter, but might it put more pressure on the US and Israel that could expose it?
It will give Palestine more days for the Palestinian Authority, which does not reflect the full Palestinian polity, a voice on the international stage, and it will generate more pressure for sanctions, because previously one of the cases or points that we would make about sanctions is Israel's violating the Resolution 242, and the Geneva Conventions, which forbid you from moving your civilian population into occupied territory. Now they'll be moving it into what is formally recognized as the country by some countries, not Washington, which is Zionist occupied territory. So is it even a formal international It's all in question to me. And I think the most important thing right now is an enforcement mechanism. There's no enforcement mechanism for bringing the state into being. In 2007, when the International Court of Justice recognized that the apartheid laws violated international law, there was no enforcement mechanism for preventing that wall from being built. And that's where the BDS movement came from. So we're still out here as the only enforcement mechanism. It's coming from the grassroots, and we're not seeing any states actually do anything, which could consist of, for example, banning Israel from the European Football Association, blocking the bombs, all offensive weapons, and the Iron Dome, which allows Israel to conduct a one-way slaughter in the Gaza Strip, which AOC keeps voting against because she has ambitions here. We need to cut off the financial supply to Israel, registering AIPAC. I think we need to build a bipartisan coalition in Washington with America First members of Congress on registering AIPAC and registering all of these organizations or investigating these organizations that are getting money from the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs from Israel. So there's a lot we can do to enforce this, but it's not, so far, it's not coming from any states. And so it feels very much like a hollow gesture at a time when we're witnessing a live stream Holocaust.
And lastly, when we're in such desperate times to even think, what is an end solution? Is your vision of a solution a one state, one democratic secular view?
That's always been what I've been pushing for. You've been pushing for. I think and it was so funny to see Soran Mondani get attacked for refusing to recognize a quote-unquote Jewish state, which would be the same as Jews in the U.S. recognizing the U.S. as a white Christian nation, and bowing down.
Becoming,
Which, if you watch the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service, we're on our way.
Yeah.
So, of course, we support a one state, which would mean dismantling Zionism. Netanyahu has said that this war, the 7-front war, it's actually an 8-front war because he's waging media political war, which could escalate. This war that he's waging, it's a global war that go on for a generation. And as Tom Barak, the liaison to Lebanon, said to me, it's about Arab submission. The goal is Arab submission. It's a piece of the slave, and nobody is going to accept that. I don't even think the Saudis can accept that. They see the writing on the wall of what happened to Qatar. So we are going to be witnessing continuous warfare. We're going to be waking up to images of other people's children being shredded day after day, as long as Zionism controls a political entity in between the river and the sea. And that is why for one state solution, which everyone enjoys, equal rights, and currently Palestinians who are not citizens of Israel have no rights. They are basically unpeopled, and their lives can be switched off at any second by a ponytailed drone jockey at a base controlling a joystick in the Negev desert.
well, the only thing, as you know, that's going to change the situation is if more and more people rise up more effectively. And I love last night we were at an event with Roger Waters, and he says, make sure you do something for Palestine every single day.
Yeah.
So that's a good message.
Yeah, it's like working out. Just do something every day. Just get your anti-Zionist physical fitness in. It's good for your soul.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Brilliant.
Thank you.
I was sorry, Mr. Paco, for sound. Maybe I can say that. You can say that.
So I'm sorry this was bust. I don't get it.
Yeah, you fucked that up, yeah.
I don't cry and I don't bring it.
Yes.
The stream is high enough through.
Then நம்ம hotel room இருக்கு சொல்லுங்கம்மா. It's streaming. That's what I actually.
I mean, hey, here, you could talk to Eric. I don't know.
Hello.
Leader,
Yes, I'm there. I texted right before connecting with and Max. Were you able to see the interview?
Yes. People are.
Well, this is AT&T and yeah, I made sure to switch up the Wi-Fi. No, are you able to see the video you said? Yeah, so if the live stream, the video is the resolution. If the resolution is fine, the internet speed is fine here. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, do you want me to maybe? No, I understand. I mean, I'm using an iPhone 17 with AT&T unlimited data. I mean, this is what I was using last time too for like 6 hours. No, maybe what I can do is I can restart Zoom and reconnect again. Maybe some this because I'm not using any external mic. It's straight from the phone, so there is no other intervention going on. So who is the host of the Zoom meeting? Okay, and Mark is able to hear everyone else in the panel correctly, right? So everybody's speaker is good. I mean, their mics are working fine at his end. Like, are every every panelist able to hear each other clearly, right? Just the okay. Yeah. Okay, so I understand. So let me log out and then log back in. If anything would be that will be resolved. Okay, thanks. Let me try that. Thank you.
Protection forces, what guys I need.
So what I will
Protection forces, guys I need.
log out and log back in.
No.
Let's see. They are able to see the video clearly. It's just the audio they're having a problem with. So it's
Protection forces, guys I need. Global leader, state
Más bien los temas económicos, pero si queremos hacer, estamos preparando un documento, coger el programa 22 y evaluar los recursos de avance. Profesores, queremos entrevistarnos para que más salen.
Global leader,
Hay que trabajar.
protection forces, what guys I need.
Focusing on him. People focus on more on him. This man. Okay.
For the Holy Land. Protection for the Holy Land. Global leaders walk the line.
stable.
Support the long term Palestine. Global leaders.
Stand here. Hold it like this.
Support the
De Correa. Yeah, but what do you want me to do?
Give me a second. Quintana. Okay.
So if we can all be quiet. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. My name is Victor de Correa Lugo. I am a special advisor of the President Gustavo Petro for the Middle East. Our position of Colombia is absolutely clear. We are against genocide. We support the self-determination of the countries, of the people. We respect too much the International Court of Justice position. And in this sense, our position as a country try to reflect what the international law said. We agree to stop the genocide. We agree to stop the occupation. We agree to stop the apartheid. And in this way, we are invited. We are invited to people from everywhere to join in this campaign. As the President Petro saying, what is at stake is not just Gaza. What is at stake is the humanity. The discussion now is between the principles, the international principle, the international law, the human rights law, these kind of values that we pretend to defend, and the reality. And the reality is we are deeply concerned about the amount of children dying in Gaza, amount of women killing in Gaza, amount of civilians killing in Gaza without possibilities. The malnourished that now are suffering is another phase of the genocide. And Colombia really considered that it's our duty to take side, especially for one thing. We are aware that the Security Council has some limitations. That's why we try to invoke, as the president said in the former days, it's not only matter of the Security Council, it's matter of the General Assembly. Yes. That's why we are taking into account the United for Peace proposal that has been used and several times in the past, and we are asking the international community. We know that formally the Chapter 7 is property of the Security Council, but the peace in the world is not a matter of the Security Council, it's a matter of the humanity. That's why we have to be deeply involved. We call on behalf of the Colombian government, on behalf of the Latin American society, on behalf of the decent world, that we have to mobilize every single day. Don't forget daily to talk about Palestine. We really appreciate your support. Colombia will continue with our demand of justice, security, and to stop the genocide. Thank you so much.
But what about the protection force? Is he calling for a protection force?
Well, the proposal for protection force is part of this logic of unit for peace. It's not only matter to deploy troops, it's the matter to embargo economical measures, political measures, diplomatic measures, but as a last decision, the last ratio is to use the force by international community based on international principles. That's the proposal of Colombian government.
So would Colombia send troops?
Well, this has to be discussed because it's not matter only of Colombia, it's matter of the humanity. What we expect is to receive the support of another countries. But it's not even matter of the states or the countries, it's matter of the societies. The flotilla that right now is going to Gaza is a best example about the mobilization of the society in favor of the Palestinian people.
Are other members of the Hague Group going to support this declaration, this resolution?
We already has been talking to another countries, and so far, so good. We received the support of several other countries.
Which countries?
Yeah, let me not to mention names for the moment because it's moment by moment we have more and more support. But we really believe that not only the Hague Group, but also some countries from Africa, Asia, Latin America has expressed their wish to support our proposal.
When is he going to introduce it?
Well, the President Petro will talk today after 4 p.m. You know that
The schedule is a little bit complicated right now, but we expect that the president present all the proposals in the General Assembly today.
And what will determine whether it actually is able to get a vote?
Well, I see that the responsibility is not only of the Colombian government. The Colombian government should give the responsibility to the General Assembly, and the General Assembly as such should assume a position. That's our contribution. There is not any more question.
How can we help?
How can we help here in New York? First of all, we have to educate more and more about what is going on in Palestine, especially because the bunch of fake news against what is going on is really a big issue. Second one, we have to mobilize our governments to explain our governments. It's not matter of joke. It's not a small issue. We are talking about genocide. We are talking about apartheid. Third one, we have to push our member in the Senate in our different countries to make clear decisions. This decision can be the embargo about weapons, can be the financial decision, can be economical pressure, can be boycotting different ways as was possible to stop the South Africa apartheid. Remember the example and the role played by the civil society in the case of the apartheid, or even in the case of the creation of the International Criminal Court. It was created by pressure of the civil society. We should believe in ourselves.
But have you received threats from or pressure from the Israeli government or its U.S. subsidiaries?
Well, we are not in relationship with anymore. We have diplomatic relationship with Israel. We decide not to buy any more coal to Israel. We decide not to buy more weapons from Israel. We decide to join South Africa demand before the International Court of Justice for genocide. And we will continue. Last week, we success to send more humanitarian aid to the Palestinian people. I see that what we have to do as a state, as a society, is a combination between the mobilization, the education, economical decision, political, diplomatic, all kind of decision.
So do you think if maybe Colombia and Indonesia and some other countries put forward sending troops, how would Israel react to foreign troops in them?
Well, the question is, we are not proposing anything outside the legality of the United Nations. It should be clear. Even our decision to convoke an international court is based in the resolution 377A. It means we are not outside the legal framework of the United Nations. What we are discussing is the capacity or not, the willing or not of the Security Council to take part in this crucial moment. And when we consider, as Colombia, as well as other countries, is that now this topic is blocked in the Security Council. And according to the international law, once a topic is blocked in the Security Council, can be analyzed by the General Assembly. This is our proposal. But this is the kind of the General Assembly, how to continue with this struggle.
But if the General Assembly approves it, then it will be legal, and then we could send a force there.
Yeah, there is a lot of procedures to take this step. We have a list of different steps that should be done before this decision. But of course, Colombia is ready. We have already developed multiple economical measures and humanitarian measures, and we will continue this way. What is important is, first of all, the world today is more and more clear about the genocide. What is clear is the last decision taken by the commission, independent commission last week, qualified the situation as genocide. What is clear is the International Court of Justice 1 year ago make a decision that the occupation should stop. With all these elements that we come to the General Assembly, but this, I don't want is to give the impression that Colombia alone will get a solution. We are just leading, we are knocking different doors to put the people together. And for sure, this kind of activities, even 2 persons, 3 persons, doesn't matter. We are adding more and more for the end of the genocide.
Can you give us insight if President Erdogan of Turkey is going to join this effort, if he's going to stop selling oil to Israel, shipping oil to Israel?
So far, I don't have information about the Turkey position, then I cannot say officially anything.
Okay. And would you deploy through Egypt? I mean, has that been discussed? Where would the deployment take place?
Well, this is practical logistical issues that we are not going so far for the moment. Let's present to the General Assembly such proposal, and once we do that, we can discuss about what kind of responsibility every country has to assume. Of course, we are not, we will not, well, let's say in another way around, we are not pushing for use of force as such. It's an ultimate ratio. You know, it's not that we would like to create another crisis. We have enough crises in the world. We have enough fronts open. What we would like to do is through measures with the support of the international community, we don't need to go to this ultimate ratio called military actions. Okay.
Has Colombia used its navy to stop coal ships?
Okay. The question about coal. We had a decree last year that prevent us to sell coal to Israel. Unfortunately, we have some kind of legal problems or difficulties, and we need to do a second decree. What is clear from the President Petro is that if one boat try to move coal from Colombia to Israel, will be stopped immediately by the Navy. This is the order of the President of Colombia. And I think that this and the other elements has created like a policy. We are not talking about one is more thing. It's not matter that Colombia don't buy one weapon or don't sell coal. It's a matter of a clear policy, a comprehensive policy, including, of course, our action here before the International Court of Justice and before different scenarios. That's the point, is how we push our own governments to create not just one moment. We don't need one momentum, the 15 minutes of glory. No, we need a permanent activity, a permanent announce, a permanent, let's say, militant activity against the genocide. Thank you so much.
Viva Colombia! Viva Palestina! Viva Colombia! Viva Palestina! Viva Colombia!
Viva Palestina! Viva Colombia! Viva Palestina! Viva Colombia! Viva Palestina! Colombia! Viva Palestina!
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I am going to blow the shofar.
Petro now.
And blowing the shofar is a wake-up call for the whole world to stop this genocide. You ready?
Ready. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
It's actually happened.
Yes. Good, thank you.
So that
No, I'm saying the press
wasn't a full-fledged, we're ready to. Are you sure on that? Yeah.
Why didn't you tell us the press conference was gonna be here?
Yeah, no, I didn't know. Otherwise I would have sent out the email. That was all.
Website for Lifeline for Palestine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
So we still live here?
Yes.
So we just had, yeah, right.
I've got to deal with Netanyahu.
So we just had
Press conference.
a pretty spontaneous press conference here with Victor, with the assistant to the president on the Middle East. And you could tell, I mean, if the whole world had a position like Colombia has, it would be so totally different. Not only the position on Colombia of stopping the trade and the position on Colombia of calling for a protection force is something that we're very excited about. And as he made clear, it would be a whole long process. And they want to get other major countries to be on board with this. But I think we're going to hear from Petro something exciting at this session. And we got to be behind Colombia and thank them for the submission.
Thank you, Mitchell. Thanks, Max.
Agree.
So I'll just be publishing the press conference and, you know, it felt like all options on the table more than we are going to implement and. We don't even know what nations are part of the potential coalition, whether there are enough votes, but there's momentum for doing something outside the Security Council to stop the literal bleeding of people in Palestine. It's taken too long for this to happen, but it's the kind of real material action we need. Thank you so much. Without doing this. It's so late, too late. Thank you for being here. I just thought she would be honest.
Excuse me?
I don't know.